Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. It means a lot that you guys keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today, we're talking about this last episode. It was absolutely fantastic. It was top tier Survivor, everything that you want in an episode. And really, to me, you really can't complain. Although a player who I really like went home, I still respect the show and see how they really edited him up and bigged him up the whole season so that we genuinely cared when he and Jesse had to flip on each other. It was absolutely insane. Jesse versus Cody. Let's go. If you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff because it's free, it's easy, and it really helps the channel out. Okay, so the episode opens up actually the morning after, where we see Owen immediately start causing chaos. Owen tells Carla that Cassidy was going for her, and Carla does not like this. She is absolutely angered by this. He also tells Cassidy the exact same thing, which is kind of funny. And he basically turns them on each other because their plan to have Carla vote for Cassidy last night didn't work. And so they just did it kind of the manual way. And they go to each other basically and try to talk to each other about how they feel both kind of betrayed. Carla does a fake cry, which she tells us that she worked very, very hard on in her confessional. So she's definitely playing ruthless here. I mean, Carla, she's literally fake crying to Cassidy and other players. So in the conversation, Cassidy's kind of iffy. She doesn't believe if Carla actually feels bad and is, really, really crying and sad about her not trusting her. And so Carla says, go check Jesse. He will tell you that I've been with you. But before Cassidy gets to Jesse, Carla says, hey, Cassidy's gonna come ask you if I've been faithful, just say yes. And Jesse says, cool. Then Cassidy goes to Jesse and Jesse says, no, she has been 100% backstabbing you, not being faithful to you. And it's a funny moment here. It's just a lot of like classic old school conflict, which we really don't see anymore. I mean, now it's just like a bunch of game bots. So to see a scene like this where you have people who you care about kind of like fighting and then having to verify with others and then like someone's lying, it's all just so fun to watch. At the reward challenge, we see Cody, Owen, and Carla all win reward as a team, and they get to go to the Survivor Sanctuary place with pastries and cold tea and coffee. At the reward challenge, we see Carla kind of continue her soap opera strategy where she's constantly crying about everything. She complains to Owen and also to Cody that she feels like her game is over because, she's been a target for having an idol that she doesn't even have, even though she really does have it. But she, is like crying about it and saying, oh my God, my game, I feel like it's over because everyone thinks that I have an idol and they actually believe it. They're sitting there really believing, her cries and tears. Back at camp, it's just Cassidy, Gabler, and Jesse. And Gabler kind of puts into action what he calls his master plan, although it's kind of just like playing strategy, like basic combos. He tells Cassidy that they should go for Carla, and he tells Jesse that they should go for Cody. He just wants to get the idea in their head, and he thinks that he's kind of controlling the game by doing this. I don't think he's really controlling the game, but of course, like in his head, he feels like he's a mastermind for doing this, especially with what happens at the end of this episode. Cassidy also tells Gabler and Jesse that Carla has an idol. And then once everybody gets back to camp together, of course, Gabler goes and tells everybody. So now the boys know that Carla has an idol. And now they really want to be solid and go 4 boys against 2 girls here. That's their plan. At the immunity challenge, we see Cassidy win by this much against Cody. Cody misses out on immunity. Carla has like a weird hand cramp in the middle. It's absolutely hilarious to watch. She's like complaining that her body's giving up on her, and Jeff's like, you gotta dig in. And it's just funny to watch overall. But Cassidy wins immunity, so they can't go after Cassidy, and Carla and Cody both have idols. So right now it's set up to where Carla's safe, Cody's safe, and Cassidy is safe. The issue is, are Cody and Carla actually going to play their idols? But if the idols are played, it now leaves those 3 safe, and it really comes down to Owen and Jesse, with Gabler as well, but Gabler's kind of a goat at this point, so it's mostly Owen and Jesse, and they kind of consider the fact that it's probably going to be one of them or maybe Gabler. But then we see Cody and Carla make up a plan together for both of them to bluff that they're going to play their idols and basically take power of the game. So their plan is for them both to say that we have idols and we are playing them, so you better vote for who we tell you to vote for. They are going to strong arm the game and basically bully everybody else into following their direction. But the key here is that Cody does not actually want to do that. Cody's just telling Carla that because he doesn't want her to play her idol, because part of the plan is them actually not playing their idols, bluffing for this round, and then having them for 5, allowing both of them to play their idols at 5 and be safe until the 4 round. That's the plan that they agreed on. Carla loves it. She's all in. Cody isn't actually trying to do that. He obviously would like to blindside Carla here. So he wants Carla to not play her idol here and follow this plan. And then him and Jesse and Gabler and Owen, they all vote for Carla, with Cassidy being out of the vote. Cody gets this whole plan to work, and it's pretty masterful to watch. Also, in confessional, I should note that both Carla and Cody are both being really cocky here. They are both going back and forth. And they're both saying, like, my plan's gonna work. I'm lying right now to everybody. Like, that's just how it is. And to me, it was kind of a bad sign. You could tell that this was gonna blow up in one of their faces. It just happened to be, well, the person who it happened to be. Then once Cody goes to Jesse and tells him that he's made this plan work to get out Carla, Jesse says to Cody, oh my God, that's great. And then we hear in confessionals, something that we've heard all season for players all across the board, which is when Jesse doesn't like your plan and wants to get you out instead because you're a big threat. And Jesse says, I've been thinking, Cody's a big threat. Maybe if we get to the end, people will think that we made the same moves. And he said that he's playing for his family and that other people are playing for the experience. He is playing to win the game, and he'll do anything, lying, backstabbing, to win the game for his wife and kids, which is a pretty good message, and honestly the way that most people should play the game. So he starts to make a plan to blindside Cody. He tells us that he has both him and Cody's idol, so he doesn't have the idol, him being Cody. Cody obviously is assuming that Jesse will give it to him at Tribal, but technically Cody doesn't even have his own idol that would give him safety, and so Jesse considers not giving the idol to Cody at Tribal and instead blindsiding Cody. But then Cody wants to show his idol to Carla, just kind of for shits and gigs. So he goes to Jesse before Tribal and asks him, hey, like, can I have my idol, because we actually want to show it to Carla, just like for shits and gigs. And Jesse's freaking out. He's like, oh shit, like in his head. But he gives the idol to Cody, and Cody then goes and shows Carla. We don't see if Cody gets his idol back, and we just go straight to Tribal, where at the vote, we see Cody ask Jesse for his idol, and Jesse plays it for Owen instead. He plays Cody's idol for Owen, the person who they were all voting for, or at least Cody was under the impression that they were all voting for. Cody's like, what the hell, no. Then Carla gets spooked because her vote was on Owen, so she plays her idol. So the plan works there too, where it flushes her idol. Again, masterful by Jesse. And then the votes come in, and Cody doesn't have an idol played for him. And the votes are Cody. Cody goes home here. It's very, very tough. Cody's like shocked. He's pretty mad. And then he gets up, looks at Jesse in the eye like mad. Jesse puts out his hand and says, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I had to get you. I'll explain more later. And Cody's like, you don't have to explain anything. So, he did respect the move. He says that in his post-game press, but he was definitely mad that he went out in this way. It was definitely a crazy blindside. But what'd you think of this episode? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, none of this happens without you guys, and if that's what I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.